Welcome to 4 mathematical operations and their properties. Let's go. Okay, the learning targets of today's lesson is learning about how the 4 mathematical operations work, learning their properties, and solving some problems together. So today is fun because we will solve problems as well. Let's go and let's start. 4 mathematical operations. There are 4 fundamental mathematical operations that I think you know, but let's take a look at them. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's start with addition. Addition is the sum of 2 or more similar objects. Basically, it is the sum of 2 or more numbers, which is represented by the plus symbol. So yeah, addition is this, basically. Subtraction. Subtraction is the process of taking the value of one number away from another, which is represented by the minus symbol. Keep these in mind, plus, minus, those are good vocabulary for math. Okay, to be continued. Multiplication. Multiplication is the repeated addition. So if you want to sum two similar objects and two same numbers, it is basically multiplication, which is the repeated addition, right? And is mostly represented by the times symbol, which is the X symbol. But we know that most of the time it's not represented by this symbol. It's represented by dot or parenthesis when there are more complex problems. And also division. Division is the reverse of multiplication. Why? We will know in this lesson later. And it involves dividing or splitting one number into equal parts and is most often represented by the divide symbol. Okay, so it basically means splitting one number into equal parts. That's division. Okay, congrats. We know the definitions of the 4 mathematical operations now. Now let's take a look at their properties. Okay, each and every one of the operations has its own properties. So addition. Addition is a commutative operation, meaning that you can change the order and it's good with the orders. There will not be any changes if you change the order. Nor the grouping. If you change the grouping, and there will not be any changes as well in this one as well. And also, every operation has an identity element, meaning that if you sum or subtract or multiply or divide that number, there will not be any changes. And the identity element for addition is 0, meaning that it changes nothing. And also the inverse property. A number and its opposite make 0. Why? Because if you multiply the plus and the minus together, those two symbols, it will be minus. So for example, 5 minus 5, which equals to 0. So this is the last property of addition. Now let's go for subtraction. Subtraction is a little bit different. It's not commutative nor associative. The identity element for subtraction is also 0, and also as addition, subtraction is adding a negative. So it basically means when you sum a number with its opposite, it's the same as subtracting those two. These are the properties of addition and subtraction. Now let's move on. Multiplication. I want to tell you that multiplication is a huge operation because it consists of different rules and so many properties, but they're quite simple. So let's take a look at them. Multiplication is commutative and associative, like addition, meaning that order and grouping don't matter. And also the identity element for multiplication is 1. Meaning if you multiply a number by 1, nothing will happen. 0 property, any number times 0 equals 0, and also it has the inverse property as well. A number times its reciprocal equals 1. What is reciprocal? Reciprocal is a number that when multiplied by its original number equals 1. So for example, the reciprocal of 5 is 1 divided by 5. Okay, it's basically the number in a reversed version. So yeah, a number times its reciprocal equals 1. And also multiplication has distributive property as well, which means multiplying across addition. So 2 times 3 plus 4 equals 6 plus 8. So this is another property of multiplication as well. And also take a look at the examples. They're there to help you as well. Division. Division, as subtraction, is not commutative and not associative. The identity element for division is 1. No division by 0, because if you divide a number by 0, it equals infinite. And as multiplication, division means an equals multiplied by reciprocal. That's why that we say that division is the operation that is, the multiplication reverse. It's the opposite of multiplication, because division literally means multiplied by reciprocal. So if I want to do this problem, 6 divided by 3, it equals 2, right? But if I write it this way, 6 times 1 divided by 3, it also equals 2, and the result will be 2. Why? Because 6 times 1 is 6, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So yeah, that's why we say division equals multiplied by reciprocal. So now that we know all the properties of these 4 operations, now let's solve some problems together. Okay, so for example, let me have a good brush. For example, I want to do this problem, 12 times 18. Don't take a look at my handwriting because I'm drawing with mouse. Okay, 2 times 8 equals 16. So 6, we carry 1. 1 times 8 equals 8, plus 1 will be 9, right? And then when moving to the 10th place, then we will put a 0 in here, because when you want to multiply 12 by 1, it's basically multiplying 12 by 10, because it's in the 10th place, right? But we don't do that, and we just choose the simple way and write 0 in here. So yeah, we write 0. 2 times 1, 2. 2 and 1 times 1, 1. So we add these 2 numbers together, we sum them up. 6 plus 0, 6, right? 9 plus 2, 11. We carry 1. And 1 plus 1 is 0. So this is how you do multiplication. Let's do a division. Not division, let's do a subtraction first. So I say 120. So 120 minus 13. So we cannot do this, 0 minus 3, it's not possible. So I will get a number from this one, and this will become 10. So 10 minus 3 equals 7. 1 minus 1 equals 0, and 1 is in its own place. So the result will be 107. Now let's do division, a simple division. So for example, I do 18 divided by 2. Okay, if you want to divide these two, so I write the smaller version of them, which is the same basically, 9, 1, and this will be 9. So these are the problems. Now let's do one problem for the properties as well. So for example, I say that 20 plus 49 equals it equals 69, doesn't it? So 69. If I change the order, 49, ignore my handwriting please, 49 plus 20, it will be 69 again. So yeah, this is one of the addition's properties. So thank you for being with me in this lesson. Oh, it's thunder. Thank you for being with me in this lesson. We're done. Here I have some keywords for you for Persian speakers. I will read them for you. Ajzai jam, parts of addition. Ajzai zad, parts of multiplication. Mafruq, difference. Mafruq minho, minuend. I hope I'm right with the spelling. Hasil, result. Kharj qismat, quotient. Maqsum, dividend. Maqsum alayh, divisor. And baqi manda, remainder. And we're done. Thank you for being with me. Sources page.